Hi everyone, I am Dick Fang. I'm your course coordinator for auditing subject ACCT1056. The purpose of this video is to help you to read the slide before we see each other in the lecture. Right, so chapter 1, first week, Assurance in Auditing, an overview. This is the first week, so I don't expect a lot from you. Just relax, right? It's an overview only. Alright. Now, there are 6 learning objectives for this chapter, right? I post the video now and I suggest you to do as well. So, highlight for me, which are the keywords for in these 6 learning objectives, and I will be back with you in minutes. So, please press pause now. Okay, I hope that you have found the keywords for the 6 learning objectives. Learning objective 1, the keywords are framework, here, assurance engagement and types of assurance engagement. So in here, you say, oh, here we are in this chapter. There is a framework for the different assurance engagement. Alright, and we understand what are the different types of this assurance engagement. Alright, so for your heads up, assurance is similar like auditing. Engagement is similar like contract. So assurance engagement is a broader term for auditing contracts between the firm and the accounting firm. Right. Learning objectives number 2. Definition, auditing. What is auditing? Right? And what are the fundamental principles underlying the auditing? So keyword here is definition and fundamental principle. Excellent. Number 3. Attributes of accounting information. What is accounting information? What are the attributes? And yes, demand for assurance. Right? What are the reasons that demand for assurance will never end? Learning objective number 4. Keyword here is very big keyword. Expectation gap. Right, okay. And learning objective 5. Auditing standard, authority, that's right. To do audit, the accounting firm, the auditor, they need to follow the standard and need to follow the regulation. And the last one, learning objective 6, applications of assurance function. Yes, that's right. Now, have a look again and we will move to the next slide. So, if you use the slide on the blackboard, from slide number 1.4 to 1.9, we're talking about the learning objectives 1, understanding the framework for assurance engagement and different types of assurance engagement. Right, with increasing demand for assurance to cover a wide range of subject matters, the International Auditing and Assurance Standards Board, hereinafter referred as IAASB, recently revised a framework for assurance engagements. This framework covers audits as well as reviews of historical financial information and also other assurance engagement, such as assurance on corporate social responsibility reports, greenhouse gas reports, both of which are increasingly demanded by the society. This framework provides independent and expert auditors which criteria against which to examine the reports. Alright, from slide number 4 to number 5, it helps you understand the fundamentals of auditing and assurance before tackling to the course. It also provides how the framework relates to both financial report audits and other assurance service. Right, now this section provides an explanation of assurance engagement and its 5 elements. Now, I'm showing you slide number 5, definition of assurance engagement. Let's have a look and tell me what are the keywords in this assurance engagement. Please stop pause now and press it again when you're ready. Okay, on the screen is the diagram 1.2 showing the relationship of different parties to an insurance engagement. All right, press pause now and read it and find for me who are involved, how many parties are in the diagram, what are their responsibilities. Now, in the slide 1.7, there are 5 elements of assurance engagement. So I believe that you have found the answer for the previous diagram. There are 3 parties involved in one assurance engagement. They are number 1, auditor. Number 2, the preparer, means financial statement preparer or report preparers. And number 3, the intended users, right? Another 4 elements of an assurance engagement are underlying subject matter, criteria, sufficient appropriate evidence, and a written assurance report. So, the preparer pay money to the auditor to provide an assurance report, right? So that the intended user will have confidence when they rely on the information in the report to make their decision. That is the key contents of 5 elements of assurance engagement. Now, before you move further to the next slide, I want you to stop here and think. Answer for me this question. Why the preparer pay money for the auditor to provide a written assurance report? What is the value of the assurance report? Can you tell? That is the content of your next slide. Yes, there are 2 values in the assurance service. Number 1, independence. Number 2, expertise. Right? The assurance report has been done independently by someone who is considered as an expert in this field. Okay, independent, you know, because the assurance is prepared by someone else. Auditor is different with the user, with the auditor is different with the preparer. How about expertise? How do we know that auditors have expertise? The auditor is considered to have expertise because they can provide a professional judgment and professional skepticism. What is the definition of professional judgment and professional skepticism? Pause here for 1 second, read it, and then get back. So, we have gone through the previous section from slide number 1.4 to 1.9. It provides explanation of assurance engagement and its 5 elements. It outlines the needs for the member of profession to be independent. And slide number 1.6 also contains a diagram that tells you the different parties to an assurance engagement, right? Which can also be found on page 9 of your textbook. Now, I'm going to slide number 10, type of assurance standard. To help you gain a deeper understanding of assurance, this section looks at the types of assurance standard and pronouncements. It reviews the 2 different types of assurance, reasonable assurance engagement and limited assurance engagement, right? Reasonable assurance engagement is also being called as another name more familiar with you, audit engagement. And limited assurance engagement are also called as review engagement. So, reasonable, audit, limited, review. There are also engagements that provide no assurance at all, and that is agree open procedure engagement. So basically, auditor just reports their findings and doesn't provide any assurance at all. The procedures has been agreed between the auditor and the preparers. Okay, now the next 3 slides, slide number 11, 12, and 13, provide to you the picture, the figures in your textbook that is telling you the difference between reasonable assurance and limited assurance. So the 2 forms of assurance engagement are compared, open, the objectives, evidence, gathering procedure, and the type of the report. So objectives is like the beginning. Evidence gathering procedure is like the process, and assurance report is the output. right? So we compare input, procedures, output of the two different engagement, reasonable assurance or auditing and limited assurance or review engagement, right? I post here again for you to have a look. Right, now, this is a new definition because this chapter is all about definition, so take it easy. You just need to get used with the new terminology. So far you have learned a few terminologies, and now this is one more new terminology, attestation and direct engagement. So what are the difference between attestation and direct engagement? Audit and review engagement can involve either an attestation or a direct engagement. Again, I suggest you to pause here, have a look, and then turn it on again when you're ready. Okay, how do you feel? Do you see the difference between attestation and direct engagement? Right, let me help you to put it in a simple way. The audit of a financial report is an example of an attestation engagement, right? But when the management does not require the auditor to report directly on its adequacies, the engagement, internal control, that is the direct engagement. So attestation engagement is the auditor provide opinion to a third party, to the intended user, where direct engagement, the auditor provide the audit opinion to the manager directly. That's simple. Okay, we finished the video here because it's been 10 minutes. See you in the next video.